Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to be talking about Amazon sponsored ads, or what we also call it, pay per click, because that's exactly what it is, right? You put an ad up, and if someone clicks on it, you pay for it. What better way of advertising, especially inside of Amazon? And let me just say this again. This is why I think that this is the number one thing that you should be doing after you do any type of launch is really mastering this, okay? And there's so much to master. I don't want to scare you and think that you can't do it because I'm still learning every single day, but I'm always digging for these new keywords, okay? I don't just settle on the top 5 because that's where everyone's going. We're going to teach you how you can go ahead and discover these little golden nuggets that you can get one sale maybe every week. And if you can get a bunch of them, it's really going to add up, okay? It doesn't sound like much, but once you kind of compound these, it really does make a huge difference, okay? Now, the main reason in the beginning that we're going to be running these ads is to discover keywords that convert to sales. Because let's face it, without sales, you can't rank for organic keywords, and that's what we want to do here, okay? We want to be able to rank organically, meaning in the organic search. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a minute, okay? But the quick answer and the strategy behind this is this, okay? Number one, customers type in a keyword using the Amazon search field, okay? That's what I told you. Most people are not going to be searching by category, okay? 2, the customer then clicks on a sponsored ad, which is either on the right-hand side or just above the organic or maybe just below the organic. It really changes. They're always testing their placement, so I can't say where yours is going to be, but it's usually on the right or the bottom, okay? Now, once they click on that ad, okay, let's say that a customer purchases your product. Well, then now Amazon takes note of that, and they're going to say, someone searched for a keyword, someone just bought that product. Maybe we should rank this particular listing for that keyword because that person obviously searched for something, found something, and bought something. Okay, so the more sales that go through a keyword, the higher that you're going to rank organically. And that's why I've said sometimes it's okay to even go in the red a little bit if you're not even making a profit, because that's going to push you to either the number 1 spot or the top 5 spot where you're going to get a lot of organic sales. Okay, so it outweighs the loss that you might have did on the pay-per-click. So as you guys know, I love visuals. So here's another one for you. Okay, this is how it flows, right? Keyword, pay-per-click, that's the first thing we need to understand, right? Your product listing is where the customer would then go. Then from there, if your listing is converting, you'll convert them into a sale, and then Amazon acknowledges that, and then they're going to start ranking you for keywords. That's the simple flow, okay? And that's what we're going after here. So now if you don't realize this, that this is kind of how it's laid out, okay? The organic search is the search that you see as soon as you load up a page. So here I search for stainless steel infuser. Okay, and in the organic search, you can see we've got the listings that are down below. Now, there's usually 16 to a page. As of right now, who knows, they might change that number, but right now there's 16 to a page. And usually the top 5 to top 10 are going to perform the best, depending on how much demand your product has. Okay, now on the right-hand side there, you can see it says, I put there PPC, it says sponsored, but it looks really similar to the other side, the organic side. So most people don't know that that's a sponsored ad. They just think it's another listing, okay? And that gets a lot of clicks. And I know this because I do a lot of advertising on pay-per-click through Amazon, and I get a lot of sales through it, okay? So it does work. Now, here again, I just want to break down. This is, if you're scrolling all the way to the bottom of that page, you're going to see at the very bottom, like let's say that this is 15 and 16 in the red there where I circled it. That's the organic search. Right below that, it says sponsored in small print, but then there's 2 more listings. But it looks identical to the listing above. So most people, they don't know that that's a sponsored listing. And that is where you'll go ahead and get some clicks. And if you get clicks, people are going to be able to purchase your product. And this is what I mean. You can get first page ranking, not necessarily by keywords, but by forcing yourself to, by bidding the highest to get on that page. I did this exact same thing for my first product. I put a bid in as high as $5. I didn't pay that. I paid about $2.20, but I did that for a good solid week. Even though I might have not been making a huge profit, I might have just broke even. It's okay though, because I was still on first page and I started now being recognized to Amazon that people were buying my product through this particular keyword search. So that's really why you want to run this stuff. And this is why it's so important, okay? So the idea here is to receive sales through your PPC, your pay-per-click campaigns, to alert Amazon and rank you for a variety of keywords. I want you to understand that, okay? And like I said, breaking even or even going into the red, meaning losing a little bit of money at first, it's okay, as long as you're receiving some sales, okay? And I put a little note there. Every sale you receive will help you rank, and that is the truth. And I've got proof of that because here is an example. I spent, and this is just 1 month, okay? I've done it numerous times, and usually it's close, but I usually spend between $1,000 and $1,500 a month in pay-per-click, okay? So in this example, I spent $1,050 on PPC, and I received 130 sales from that particular spend. And just let you know, Amazon tells you the keywords that converted to a sale, which is beautiful, right? I mean, if you were to go ahead and put a listing up or an ad up on Google, you got to put a tracking code on it, and then sometimes that isn't even right. This here, they tell you, someone clicked on this keyword, someone bought. So it's just, you can see what keywords are converting. I mean, they just make it so incredibly valuable, okay? Now, after the cost of goods and the pay-per-click costs, my profit was only $120. So you would say, Scott, that's terrible. Why the heck would you do that? Well, because I did that, not just 1 month, but 2 months and 3 months, and I continue to do it, my organic sales for that month were 1,668 units sold, okay? Those were the sales, which equals over $12,000 in profit because, and this is my belief, because I used pay-per-click to basically get myself ranked for keywords, okay? And this is the power of ranking for keywords organically, and I'm telling you, pay-per-click is going to help you do this, okay? And that's why I really think it's important to not just go after the main keywords, okay? And I'm going to show you in another lesson these keywords that I'm finding, where I'm going to show you how to find them too, where you can go ahead and just find all of these loose keywords that people are not going after, okay? And I'm going to show you how we can go ahead and dig for these, and we can test them, and we can see which ones convert to sales and which ones don't, all right? So the best principle and focus right now that I want you to understand is this. 1, start with your base keywords, okay? That's the very first thing. You know your base keywords, that's what you're going to do, and that's what you're going to use to kind of expand and start to use, okay? Secondly, you're going to use them to expand and trim from the data that you received. And I'm going to show you how to set up these campaigns in the beginning here so we can start getting some data. Because really right now it's about getting the data and letting Amazon give us the data. So this way here we can say, okay, cool, I didn't know that. Let me go ahead and put that in and see where that leads me. And I'm going to show you how to drill down on this. 3, continue to add more keywords. And I see so many people, they'll set up a campaign with 5 keywords and they leave it and that's it, they're done, okay? I've got campaigns with over 800 keywords in them. Now, out of those 800, I might only have 20 that convert, but I'm okay with that. It doesn't cost me anything to put those keywords into play. And if I see that I have keywords in there that are getting clicks and they're not converting, then I can just pause them, okay? So there's so much data here that we can learn and that Amazon is giving us because Amazon wants us to do what? Sell product, all right? So I put a little note here. This takes time, okay? And it's going to improve the longer that you trim and you add converting keywords to your campaigns. This isn't about just throwing a bunch in there and letting them go. It's about putting all of these keywords in there and then looking at the data and then seeing what converts, what doesn't convert, and then just continually trimming but continually adding, all right? And then your base is going to be so much larger, all right? So with that being said, we're going to jump into the next lesson where I'm going to actually show you how to set up 3 campaigns that I think you should start with that'll start getting some traction and start getting you some data. So that's going to wrap up this lesson. I'll see you in the next.